PewDiePie's CoComelon diss track got removed from YouTube, and so in this video I want to talk about it. Basically, on Twitter, YouTube posted that his diss track on CoComelon got removed for two reasons, because they say it violated two policies. One on harassment and cyberbullying, and then one on child safety, and so in this video we're going to look into it, so click subscribe for more YouTube news. So, for those of you who don't know what this diss track was, basically PewDiePie was just having fun. He made a diss track on a channel that is about to surpass him in subscribers called CoComelon. Now CoComelon has well over 100 million subscribers. They're about to pass PewDiePie, so that's why he released it. And CoComelon, of course, is a kids channel. They upload videos for kids to watch. They're usually like, I don't know, toddlers, I guess. It's basically a bunch of nursery rhymes. And so PewDiePie made a fun diss track on CoComelon, and it was like a parody, I guess, of a kid song. That's how it was sort of directed. There were like kids in the video. It was kind of funny, but of course there were some parts that YouTube didn't agree with, and so they actually removed the video. In the video, PewDiePie also dissed 6ix9ine, which was kind of funny because it was totally unexpected. But anyway, so basically people noticed that PewDiePie's diss track on CoComelon was removed. As you see here, this person tweeted showing that it was removed for violating YouTube's policy on harassment and bullying, which is weird. So Team YouTube actually tweeted about this in a reply saying that it was removed for violating two policies. One, on child safety, there were images or themes for kids but containing inappropriate content. So what they're basically saying is that the diss track was removed because it looked like a kid's video, but when you clicked on it, it wasn't. Because it was sort of a parody of a kid's video, it got removed because if a kid were to go and click on this video, they would come across a bunch of swearing and sort of like some violence too, so that, I guess, makes sense from their point of view. And then it was also removed for harassment because it incited harassment at other creators, CoComelon, right? They say that they allow criticism, but it crossed the line, and they gave some screenshots. So basically, YouTube doesn't want other creators sending hate to another channel. We're gonna look into it a bit deeper, so starting with the child safety on YouTube. Again, I always try to report from a non-biased viewpoint, but with this one, I sort of completely disagree with YouTube's decision, but I can see where they're coming from. So YouTube removed this video for child safety. Now the rule says that content that targets young minors and families but contains sexual themes, violence, obscene, or other mature themes. So basically this one actually kind of makes sense in my eyes because yeah, it was a parody of a kid's video. Like if a kid saw it just briefly, they would think, yeah, this video is a kid video. It was about CoComelon, there were kids dancing in it. However, the lyrics were completely not for kids. There were even some sort of like violent scenes where kids were using cardboard weapons to chop a melon. I guess that's violent. So I kind of agree with this, but at the same time, I don't think this is worth it being taken down completely. Because yeah, if a kid did stumble across it, they would think it's for them, but then obviously it's not. But this video was not made for kids. Not at all. This was not targeted towards kids. It doesn't really make sense to take it down for that. If anything, YouTube could have just age restricted it, so if a kid tried to watch it, they would have to sign into an adult account. That, I think, would have been the better way to go to avoid this, because like taking it down for that doesn't make any sense. I could see the reasoning behind it, but I think taking it down is a bit too harsh with that. I don't know, it's a bit much. Now plus, if it was made for kids, why wasn't the video marked as for kids? YouTube has an option to mark videos for kids, so it like, if it wasn't marked for that, it's obviously not made for kids. But whatever, that's YouTube's decision. Moving on to harassment and cyberbullying. So YouTube says that it violated these policies. Basically, it repeatedly encouraged abusive audience behavior, as well as creates content that harms the YouTube community by persistently inciting hostility between creators for personal financial gain. So I think this was sort of in reference to PewDiePie versus T-Series, where that sort of didn't go well. It started out fun, but ended kind of bad. So I think YouTube's trying to avoid this happening again. But in the comments, in the video comments, PewDiePie said that this was the end of the CoComelon stuff. So he's moving on from it. This was just the finale video. So it's obvious he's not trying to harm CoComelon or send his audience to go and attack them. And obviously in the video, he didn't really diss CoComelon that much. He even said that he loves CoComelon, so it was more of a diss on 6ix9ine, which makes absolutely no sense, but I'm pretty sure most people who watched that video know it was all a joke and not actually meant to target or harass CoComelon in any way. Now, something interesting about this is that the rules on harassment that they link says that diss tracks are fine. They list exceptions for the rule, which say that scripted performances are allowed. Insults made in the context of artistic mediums such as scripted satire, stand-up comedy, or music such as a diss track. It says diss track specifically, and yeah, this was a diss track. So in the rules that YouTube linked, it actually says it's allowed. which makes no sense. They just completely contradicted what they're taking this video down for. I mean, of course, this rule does say that it doesn't always apply, but like this one wasn't even that bad compared to some of the other stuff. It wasn't, I would say, it wasn't even bad at all. And so yeah, that brings me into some sort of double standards on YouTube. There are way worse videos than what Felix uploaded to YouTube. There's a lot of rap videos with a lot more violence, and they're allowed to stay up because it's celebrities uploading songs. And so YouTube, you know, they turn a blind eye to it because there's double standards on YouTube. And like other rap videos, that's not even the worst content that's allowed on YouTube. There's way worse stuff on this platform that are just simply age restricted. Like, I'm not going to show you any of it because it's really bad, but there exist, let's say, 18 plus videos on YouTube that have been age restricted. Not deleted when they definitely should be, they've just been age restricted, and it makes absolutely no sense. Like, I've seen channels directly upload videos from interesting 18 plus websites to YouTube, and it just gets age restricted instead of deleted. So with this, I don't think the video should have been taken down. I don't think it kind of looks bad on YouTube's end. I definitely think it should have just been age restricted. So yeah, my final thoughts is that I think YouTube definitely made a mistake taking it down instead of age restricting it, because I don't really think this policy that it apparently violated even stands at all, because there's so many contradictory stuff going on with this rule. And then the child safety stuff kind of makes sense in a way, but definitely isn't a reason to actually remove the video. If anything, just age restrict it. That's the best thing they could have done. Like, it doesn't make sense. Now, another interesting point is that you are not to re-upload this in any way. You're allowed to post pictures of it, but re-uploading it will get taken down. They said any re-uploads of the original full length or partial re-uploads like clips will be removed too. Still images are okay. So there were a bunch of people who posted reactions video to it that had it taken down. Apparently they didn't get strikes for it, which is good, but still, I don't think it should have been removed at all. That's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts down below. Did it violate these policies in your mind? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, that's it for this episode of Timeworks News. Subscribe if you thought this was interesting, as well as subscribe for any more YouTube news that may come along, because there's definitely gonna be a lot more. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching, and of course, fly on.